I watched your Rob episode yesterday.
Rob
Reiner.
Oh my God.
Not to bring it back down to that, but he was just here like September or something.
It's always so mind-bendingly weird. It's not the first time this has happened to me, or any of us, who's certainly my age, where you're with somebody and then they die, and you're like, it's just, your mind is, it's hard to process. They were just here.
Saget.
Well, no, it was when the spinal tap he was plugging that, but it was very recently. And you know, I mean, gosh, I knew him for a long time. He did the show a lot, and been out to dinner. Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's hard to have it come into you. Again, it was just a few days ago. Hard to have it not come into your mind a few times every day, even after, a few days of it, because it's just so shocking and horrible. I mean, this guy was such a, just a presence.
Yes,
charisma, and he just was who he was. We knew him forever.
Right.
When kids, all in the family, at least, and I was still a kid. And all through his changes and director, and they was asking me for a quote I gave it to the Free Press about the discussions we had in recent years were a lot about him not being able to get funding.
Because of his...
Yeah. Well, and he's not the only director of a certain age who's told me that. And I just was saying, this town is very ageist and very not very nice to people who have done amazing. I mean, he's got a pretty iconic resume of movies.
Yeah. And the spread is the dramas,
but,
comedy.
I remember him saying, if it's not spandex or it's very hard to, for even somebody of his stature to get that funding. And I mean, life goes on. The generation that's probably going out to movies, they don't want to see things like that. They have a different, and that's what every generation is and deserves to do their own thing.
But ageism is, it's such, oh my God, I started off, the first show I did after the soap operas, and Tony Geary just passed away too on the same day, who was Luke.
Right, you were on the soap opera.
I was on there. And I'm old too. We're both aging out any minute.
But they show you on TMZ, and all the girls always go, I can't believe how good he looks. I don't care. The girls on TMZ.
Me, Tim,
when they're talking. No, when they show you on TMZ.
Why are you watching TMZ?
I watch it.
You're buddies with Harvey or something, right?
I love Harvey, and I.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's well, we don't have to talk about TMZ, but yes, But when they show you, and all the girls are like, I'd still do him. What? That's pretty good.
All right. Well,
I wouldn't say it about me.
Yeah, you do fine.
No, they don't like me just because they're woke, stupid. Bullshit. So
what I was going to say was the first show I did after there was I worked with Jack Klugman.
Jack Klugman.
And he was my first mentor. Odd Couple. Quiz. Yeah. You must have loved him, right?
TV Odd Couple.
Yeah, that's
Movies, it was Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon.
Jack. Did you ever meet Walter Matthau?
No. I saw Jack Lemmon walking on the street my first week in Hollywood. And I was very excited about that.
Yeah.
And then Jack Klugman and Tony Randall did it on TV.
Yeah, the best.
One of the, Gary Marshall, right? Wasn't that what made him Hollywood?
Right. And Jack, so I was on that show with Jack, and he was like my first mentor. I'm saying, we were talking about ageism and these older men that I gravitate towards. And Gary Marshall was on there. Jack, one of the greatest things that Jack did was he would sit me in the writer's room on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the punch-up night was. And it was Gary Marshall, Harvey Miller, Jerry Belson, these titans of comedy. And I would sit in the corner, and I'd just keep my mouth shut. I'd be follows and throw shit at me. But he would make me watch them rewrite, come up with jokes, structure, all this stuff. And Gary was one of them. And Gary was the one who suggested me to Miller and Boyett to do Full House.
Is that right?
And Gary was a mentor as well after a while. And then Gary passed away.
Do you know, I may be misremembering this, but I think I was offered the part on Full House.
Of Saget? The Saget role? You might have, because Jeff...
I seem to remember it being a big thing. Mark Gerbitz would know that we really debated it because it was money and it was the lead on a show, but we just thought it wasn't right for me. Kids.
Yeah. But
and of course, Bob, that was a good decision on both parts, if that was the case. This is like 1988.
That's interesting.
Is that what the year it went on? 88?
No, earlier, I think.
No, I think it was. Because I took this other show called Hard Knocks on Showtime.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On Showtime.
Well, right.
It was
Dream
just
On or
starting a network.
Yeah, that's right.
But it was cool. We were mismatched detectives. I was like
Who was the other guy?
Tommy Hinckley was like a redneck detective, and I was Gower Rhodes, the hippie detective with long hair. Yeah. And, there was girls, and it was like, oh, this is just much more my vibe,
Yeah, right.
And, of course, it probably had an audience of 300,000 at the time.
Yeah. Saget there was another guy Saget wasn't available, and you turned it down.
I think.
And so there was this guy named John Posey did the pilot, and then Bob became available, and then he came over.
Oh, you didn't do the pilot?
Mm-mm.
That's interesting.
Oh, wow.
I was on a show once where they changed Sarah. That was a big show and Sarah, it was 1985. It was my first show. Gina Davis.
Oh, interesting.
Gina Davis. It was 4 lawyers and produced by and written by Gary Goldberg, who was the hottest at the time because of Family Ties. So it was Cosby, NBC's lineup. We were sandwiched between like Cosby and Family Ties.
Wow.
It was or maybe after, I don't know, but it was a very good place.
Yeah.
But Gary Goldberg at some point had almost a fist fight with Hollywood with Brandon Tartikoff, the head of the network, at a taping.
Wow.
And we knew we were dead after that. But it was Gina Davis. We were 4 lawyers in San Francisco. Bronson Pinchot was the gay one. Alfre Woodard was the black one.
Wow.
Gina Davis was the lead. And I was the office creep. I was. That's what it said in TV Guide, the office creep. Yeah.
See,
I had all the funny lines.
Yeah.
Better to be the creep.
Yeah,
office creep.
Yeah,
you were like Uncle Handsome.
Yeah,
that was like, what the fuck was that?
I didn't get anything funny. I didn't make my own shit. Jack Klugman called. The show was called You Again, and it was from a show in England called Home to Roost, and it was a son who came home and the father forgot that he had him or whatever the hell. And it was like this. Yeah. And the notes kept coming back that, soften up, you don't want to scream at it. Stamos, people like him, and you're so hard on him. And one day he called me over and they had this set phone, and he said, come here. Hey, give me Brandon Tartikoff. Brandon, fuck you. Boom.
Wow.
Canceled the next day, just like you.
What?
We did a season and a half. And we were after Cosby, too. We had a great time slot.
Oh.
Same thing.
Yeah. Don't ever... That was, a lot of times kids come up to me, young people want advice about show business, and they say, hey, Austin Butler, can I ask you a question? No. And like among the lessons I would give them is one, you always have to have someone talk for you. I don't care if it's the worst agent in the world, you can't talk for yourself.
Right.
And 2, don't ever think that you're important.
Right.
Because they once canceled... they once fired somebody off. Was it Rhoda? No, it was.
It was. Yeah, the title, the titular.
She was
character,
the titular character, and then they changed. It was like, who was it? But then they changed it to like Hogan's Family.
Right.
And they went, and same thing. Roseanne got fired off her own show.
Right.
Like, you are not important, and they can always get rid of you. The bus stop is full of people from Iowa who have come here to take your place.
That's what they used to say about the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson was fired or was out of the band. It's like, nobody's more important. Like, the band went on without Brian Wilson,
That's right. Because you still had the song.
Still had the songs, yeah.